How many of you know this? And how many of you are developing in this? Oh, cool. So we have people. So, hello and Assalamu alaikum. I am Waleed Arshad and I help people use technology and develop awesome solutions using technology. So today I'll be showing you how cool it is to develop using Flutter. Flutter is a cross-platform mobile application development toolkit. It's now not restricted to mobile. It's now beyond that. It's for web, for desktop, for embedded. So before we begin, I would like to have a short 10-second activity with you guys. So you'll have to follow my instructions. This is a 10-second activity. Just whatever you have in your hands, you can just keep it down because you need to clap. Not clap, just once. Hello, just once. So whenever I tell you 1, 2, 3, clap, then you have to clap on the clap one. This is just once you have to clap just once, and this is the complete activity, nothing else. I'll tell you what message this activity portrays. So are you ready? Should I start? 1, 2, 3, clap. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, clap. Okay. Now, what if I tell you that now you have to, this time when you are going to clap, this is the last time that you are going to clap. And after that, I'll tell you all. So, the clap that you are now going to do must be your last clap of your life. So you need to give your 100% on that. Okay? So after this is the last clap of your life. So you need to give your 100% because this is the last thing you are going to contribute to the community. So last time, 1, 2, 3, clap. Okay. So now I would want to show you that there was a slight not major difference between the first clap and the third clap that you did right now, right? So in the third clap, you felt a little pain in your hands. Everyone did that? Yes. The only message that this activity portrays is pain is directly proportional to success. If you are not feeling pain, if you are not out of your comfort zone, like the people who talk a lot about technology and all that, the only motive of this whole thing was that you need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to feel the pain in order to get to some point. So let's start with the talk. Flutter and design. Today I'll be showing you some live coding as well. Not much of the theory stuff, but more of the live code. So first of all, let us. Okay, so I'm founder of Flutter Pakistan. Flutter Pakistan is a community of Flutter in Pakistan. Flutter was launched around 3.5 years ago by Google. So there were different communities of Flutter in every country. Flutter Egypt, Flutter Spain, Flutter US, Flutter blah blah. So we searched for this community in Pakistan. So there was nothing as Flutter in Pakistan. So we thought that we should create one. So we just created Flutter Pakistan and we have like 8 to 9 people in our community for our events and all that, and we are recruiting more. So we started this along with my team around a year ago. Currently I am in K Electric. I am an assistant manager innovation department. Previously I have been working as a core developer. In K Electric as well, I am a core developer. I am developing using Flutter and data science. Previously I was a core developer in TPS, and before that I was at IBM. Okay, so what is Flutter? Today I will be giving you these takeaways. What is Flutter? How delightful it is to develop in Flutter, and why Flutter is fast, and a little surprise related to design. How many designers do we have? Okay. How many people are interested in animations? Oh, cool. You'll love it. So let's move on. Flutter has a lot of people have given a lot of different definitions of Flutter. I just started researching it, and since Flutter launched its web, desktop, and embedded thing, so I just tried to come up with a definition of Flutter. So Flutter is literal cross-platform UI toolkit. Literal means it's actually cross-platform. Today, when we listen to cross-platform technologies, it feels like it's for iOS and it's for Android. That's what our mind perceives when we listen to cross-platform. So Flutter actually is literal cross-platform. So it's actually cross-platform. It's for the web, it's for the desktop, it's for the embedded, it's for iOS, and it's for Android as well. So literally, Flutter is actually cross-platform development UI toolkit. It uses Dart. Dart is a language by Google. It is a very strong and very old language. It compiles to binary code directly. No context switching. It directly compiles to the architecture of the hardware. Therefore, it is fast. It's performant. It runs on GPU. Therefore, it runs like games. When you see a game, it's very performant. Why? Because games paint their own layer over the architecture of the hardware. So Flutter does the same. It uses Skia. How many people know Skia? Graphics engine. Cool. So it uses Skia for its painting its graphics on mobile, and it uses totally mobile GPU. Therefore, it's pixel perfect, and you have all the access to every pixel on your screen, and it's fast. It's declarative approach. So we have React Native. React Native has components. So Flutter, like React Native Web, has components. So Flutter took the idea from there, and it uses widgets, and widgets are rendered at runtime. So it will only populate your widget when it's over your screen. It won't populate the complete list. It will populate only the items of list that are on your screen at that spot. When you scroll it, then the other items are populated. Therefore, it is fast. If you have 1,000 items in the list, it won't populate UI. Graphically, it won't populate all of them. It will populate only the things that you have on the screen. Yeah, this is the thing that we love about React Native. So we have hot reload in Flutter as well. So, surprise. Flutter launched, there was a company called 2 Dimensions. 2 Dimensions launched a product. It was named as Flare. How many of you know Flare? Good, there are people who know Flare. Flare is a vector design and runtime animation tool which exports directly to Flutter. So you can build animations using a tool. Using this tool, I'll show you how. And then you can export it directly to Flutter. The advantage of this is, for suppose, I'm a designer, and I am asking my development team to build an animation such as when I tap on a button, it squeezes like this and goes up and builds of a heart shape. A button of a circle, when you press it, it goes and it builds as a heart shape. Now, coding wise, theoretically it's awesome. But coding wise, when you tell it to a developer, he will say it's impossible to code. And if it's possible, it will take a lot of time and a lot of code to build this kind of animations. Even a simple pop-up, the heart icon when you love something on Instagram or Facebook, or so the heart pops up. That pops up, the animation, the pop-up animation is even that's so complicated that it requires a lot of coding and heights and constraints and all that. You need to build a lot of that. So I'll show you that how this tool actually works. I just want to know that whether you are able to hear me without this. Hello? Are you able to hear me? Speaker. Is the speaker working? Everybody is hearing me, right? No? Yes. Yeah, okay. So I'll be a little loud. So let's jump to live code. I'll sit and we'll see what we can do. Everybody is able to see the code? A little bit. You don't need to actually see the code. You need to see how the thing is building on phone. So that's the important thing. So we should run this app. Somebody said something. Zoom. Okay. The thing is that I need to. Till it's building, we can just see if we can do something about it. Yeah, cool. Is this better now? Okay, so this is a simple app with a text widget in between which says hello GDG Karachi. So now I'll show you if we want to build an animation in which I click something and it pops up. So we have this window of 2 dimensions. I guess we can. Okay, so we have this tool known as, if you go to 2dimensions.com, you will see this. You can create your own account. It's all open source. It's all free. You can see the animations created by other people. You can see animations created by me. So it's all open. So when you open this dashboard, it will be like this: an artboard with 2 tabs. We have design and we have animate. So let's just create a start. Will be very simple because we have short of time. So I'll just create a start here, and we place it in center. So this is something we created. You can create a heart as well with pen tool. It's all like, how many of you have used Photoshop and Premiere? Okay, so very good, excellent. So you are going to be very familiar with this because this just works like Photoshop and Premiere. So we just created an asset. You can also import a picture or import an icon, download it from the internet. Everything can be animated easily. So we just created a start, and then we'll shift to our animate tab. Now, as normal animation tools, we'll just see that this is the timeline. Are you guys able to see this? Somewhat, okay. So we have this timeline. It says 2 seconds. This must be 1 second. So we just squeeze it up. It's 1 second, and here at this point, this start should be this much, and then we come in the middle. This is start should become middle. So you see what I did? Okay. Okay, so you see, I created 2 frames. I didn't create any frame. I just moved the cursor to the timeline where I wanted the star to feel bigger. And at 1 second, the star will become bigger. So I just pulled this thing here, and I just expanded the star so it created an animation type thing. And now when I want the animation to complete, I need to get it back to the original position. So I copy this and I paste this, and this becomes like this. So we have, when we run it, it will be like this. So this is not a pop-up, so we need to add some flavor to it. So we need to squeeze it down to 20 seconds. We need to move this frame backwards, this frame backwards, this frame in the middle. So it's a little faster now. Now we need that when we tap it, it should pop up, it should stay some time there for a few milliseconds, and then it should go down. So what we need to do? We need to do is, this is the position where the star is the biggest. So we need to copy this We paste it here, and now this star will remain intact till this time frame. So when it goes up, it stays for a time and then it goes down. So it's looking like it's now getting closer. But still we have some less kind of feel, so we need to squeeze it more and need to add just the frames. Now what we do, we have each frame has some interpolation. This is very basic, this is a very deep tool. I'm just telling you very basic concepts so that you can use it in your normal daily animations. Each frame has interpolation. Interpolation is linear, chord and cubic. So when you tell it to be cubic, and you can try it what this does, this curve does, so you can hit and try according to your animation. I'm just doing it and you will see what feel it creates. This frame as well, cubic, and we'll pull it down here. This frame is the one in which the star is going to go down. So we need to pull it like the lower one, and this also the lower one. You see, there is a little inertia in the star now. It's dragging towards the top and then it's slowly going down. Now what we need to do, we need to extend it more. We need to give some more time to it. See now, if I remove the, when we tap it, it will go up and it will jump out. This is the animation that is created in this tool. Now we need to use it in Flutter and tell Flutter that when I tap, then this animation should run. Okay? So we have animations tab there. This untitled is the name of the animation that you are going to code in Flutter. So whatever you are going to write here, it will be reflected in the Flutter app. So I will say start animation. So when you give the widget this string, it will start animating. So now we need to save it and we need to export it. I hope it exports internet. Okay, fine. So we have this file, this new.flr. So this tool, this exports all the files in .flr format, and which is directly usable in Flutter. So I have this assets folder here. We have I have made previous animations as well. So we need to just drag this new FLR here in this assets folder. We need to press OK, and now we need to see this flare actor. We remove this text and we add flare actor here. We tell it it's new.flr and we tell it animation star animate. Yes, star animate. Start animation. This is the thing which we gave, yeah, start animation. So I am just giving it start animation from the beginning. So whenever this widget will populate, it will animate for the first time. So let's reload it and we see. Okay, so Flutter apps don't dash. They do like this. So you see the animation did. The animation was run for months. Now we need to tell it that on tap you need to run this animation. So we just need to nothing. We just need to wrap it in a widget which says gesture detector on tap, and we need to say set state my animate equals to start animation. Whenever this button is going to press, this is going to set a variable to start animation. This variable is not declared right now, so we need to declare it. My animate, control C, string, my element. So we have this my element now. We start animation. Everything is okay. We need to reload it. Sorry. My element. So this Flare actor has a lot of properties, but we usually use these four. It has, the first argument is compulsory, which tells you that what asset you need to pick. We have fit, we have animation property. Animation property is that string that we set in the tool. So we just told it to be my animate, and here is, we have empty string, and when we tap it, it will convert into start animation. So we need to reload it, and now it won't populate, and when we tap it, it will pop up. So you just see how easy it is. In 4 lines of code, you just created an animation on tap with a quite comprehensive pop-up. You can give colors to it as well. You can just tell it that on this frame it turns red, it turns green. So whenever you tap it, it will turn green. So I have like a few things already made, which you can see. On the Flutter side? Yeah, the entire animation will be prepared in the Flare. So positioning, animation, everything, like when to animate it, where to drag it, when to appear, when to not. So these all animations, like it can be used in games as well. So for suppose you are running a car in your game, and when you swipe up, it should get a nitrous. So that nitrous animations that you see below in the silence of the car, that can be built entirely on Flare, and it can be exported, and then it can be used on a swipe gesture. So the idea is that you do not need to code animation in Flutter. You are now, the designer is completely free of coding, and he is thoughtful now that I just need to think what animation do I need to create. I don't need to think whether my developer is going to develop or not, because it's going to be developed in this tool, hassle-free, and we just need to export it and use it in Flutter. So I have some already built animations that I need to show you. So these kind of loaders you can build. This is the same star that I just showed you, and this is a kind of a toggle. If you want, there are toggles in mobile apps, native toggles, but if you want some interactive toggle that when you press it, it should give a feel of being pressed, so you can have something like this. And all of these, I have created it here. We have this star, we have this toggle. This toggle is, this is the loader. And the biggest thing is we have bone architecture as well in Flare. So if I run this human one, this will run like a real human, and its points are actually like a real human being. See, these bones are attached to points where you tell which bone is related to which point, and it automatically jumps. So when you animate it, it knows the gravity, it knows the whole bone, and it knows where to walk. So how legs are, how legs should walk. So we have all of this. This all is, now you see this, I just told you how to build an animation in Flare and export it to Flutter. So just imagine that if you can use these animations in games, you can use these animations everywhere in your apps. No need to code complete animations because I have worked in animations in code as well. So it's a lot hassle. A little dot jumping in its own position is now like 150 lines of code. So all of that hassle is now gone. So I won't jump into more things. I just need to show you the idea, the total idea of how this whole thing works. So I hope you understand it. And if you have any questions regarding this, you can meet me after the talk in the lounge, or you can just meet in the break time. So I'll be happy to answer because time is running short, so we need to wrap it up. So if you have any questions, You can catch me up on LinkedIn, you can catch me up on Twitter, and you can catch me after the talk. So I hope you guys like it, and thank you so much for letting me